So the router is resetting now, and we are waiting for the yellow light of Cisco systems. Here it is. And if you browse and refresh the wireless networks again, you will see that LinkSys SSID has changed to DDWRT. Now we have to open the browser window again and type the same 192.168.1.1. You can see that the firmware has changed. Now we have to check the router's time at the upper right corner, which has to show the current time in GMT. This is very important. We are using the same login information as before. Username is root, password is admin. If you see that the time information is incorrect, it means that the router is probably not connected to the internet. So let's see what we can do about this. If your router is connected to an ADSL modem directly, instead of an internal network, another router, then you have to go to Setup and Basic Setup and choose PPPoE. There you have to fill out your ADSL username and password information for the ADSL service. Well, this is not our case now, so let's set it back to automatic DHCP configuration. If your router is on an internal network, then you may need to modify the IP address of the router. It is because that the local router, which is behind this router, might use the same IP address. This could cause a conflict. You can change the end of the IP to 20.1 instead of 1.1 and press save. It is also important that you won't be able to connect to the router until you reboot your own computer, because the router will have a different IP address. So when your router and computer reboots, go back to the control panel. Now we have to run a special command on the router, which will set it into hotspot mode. Go to administration and command. The command is different for every location, so open a new browser window and type hotspotsystem.com. You will have to log in with your own operator username and password here. This is the same username and password that you have chosen previously at the registration. Then click on Hotspot Locations to get a list of your hotspot locations and select the one that you would like to install. After choosing one of your locations, you will find the router command on the bottom of the page. This is the command that we need, so press highlight text and copy this to the clipboard using Ctrl-C or select copy from the edit menu. Then switch back to DDWRT's control panel, paste a command here by using Ctrl-V or select paste from the edit menu, then press run commands. Now we have to wait a few minutes because the router is receiving commands from the servers of hotspotsystem.com and then will reboot. You should also reboot your own computer. After a few minutes, if you refresh and browse the wireless networks, you can see that the SSID has changed again. It starts with hotspotsystem.com followed by your operator username. The router's IP address has also changed to 192.168.20.1. Type this in the browser window. If you cannot connect to this address, then you have to reboot your own computer and then try to connect to this address. Username is still root and the password is admin. Other wireless devices like microwaves or other wireless routers in the area can cause interference and can lead to connection problems. So go to Status and Wireless and click on the site survey. It gives a list of other wireless networks where you can check what channels they are using, and to avoid conflicts, choose a number that is not in use. You can set that channel by clicking on Wireless and Basic Settings and change the wireless channel if necessary. Wireless interferences could still happen, caused by other wireless devices, so you may need to change the channel again. That's all you need to have your own hotspot, so let's check how it works. Refresh the wireless networks and select hotspotsystem.com and type in any website address for example CNN.com. If, instead of CNN.com, the request is forwarded to your location splash page, then your hotspot is working correctly. Finally, for security reasons, we strongly recommend to change the router's username and password. Go to Administration and Management and change the username and password there. That's all! You have your own hotspot now, so let's start to make money.